Good evening, class. Hope you're having a good evening. We're going to get started on subtracting integers with models. So go ahead and get your notes out and let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to find out what subtracting integers represent. And it represents taking away something that is present. So taking away. And we're going to be using counters just like we did yesterday. So we're going to model 6 and we're going to take away in this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to model positive 6. So I'm going to draw 6 counters. And then it says subtract 4. So I have my 6 counters and I am going to take away 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is, guys, real basic. So we have 6, I'm extra, gotta use colors, equals, what do we have? We're left with 2. Okay, so very basic, very, 6 minus 4 is 2. We knew that probably first grade, right? So let's see what it looks like with integers, negative and positive numbers. So the very first thing we're going to do is model negative 4. And so we're going to model negative 4. Remember, negative counters are colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the second step is to subtract the second number. Okay, so I am going to subtract 2 counters. 1, 2. 2 negative counters. So look right here, it says subtract, and this says 2 negative counters. And I am left with what? 2 counters, but what kind of counters? I hope you all said negative. So my solution is negative 2. Let's try this one together. So we start with negative 6 negative counters. 6 negative counters. I know, my coloring spot on, guys. Okay, I'm gonna come back here. They're making me draw it twice. I don't know, I'm too lazy for this. We're gonna be extra tonight and do it though. Okay, now I need to take away 3 negative counters. That's what that says. 1, 2, 3. My solution is I have 3 negative counters left. So what do you think happens if there's a number that you want to take away and it isn't there? What you need to do is add 0 pairs. And because there's 0 pairs, you're not changing the value. Sorry, wow, my handwriting's not good today. You're not changing the value of the equation, but you can then take away more numbers, okay? Let's move on. Okay, this time we have positive 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wants me to take away negative 2 though, right? That's what it says. Take away negative 2. I don't have any negatives. So I'm going to put 2 negatives in there. But in order to do that, it has to be a 0 pair. So I have to match these up, right? There's my 0 pair because I'm matchy-matchy. Now I can take away the 2 negatives. 1, 2. What am I left with though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Positive 8 is my solution. Wait, whoa, that's crazy. What? I'm going to teach you a rule why that works when we get to multiplication. Okay? Not quite yet though, because we're just using modeling right now. Okay, so we're going to continue adding pairs. So I'm going to do my 5. They're going to make me do it again. Why do we do this? Okay, take away negative 2. So I'm going to add 2 negatives, but if I add 2 negatives, I have to add my 0 pair, so I have to add my 2 positives. Now I'm going to take away my 2 negatives. What am I left with? Positive 7. Okay, how about this one? I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw it again because they like me doing work tonight, I guess. Okay, I'm going to draw in. I'm going to take away 3 negatives. Well, I need 3 negatives to take away, so I'm going to draw in 1, 2, 3 of them. And then, because I can't just draw in 3 negatives randomly, I have to put my 0 pairs in. Now I'm able to take away my 3 negatives, and I'm left with 10 as an answer. Okay, how about this one? I'm going to draw in how many? 4 negative counters. Okay. Then I'm going to take away, there's my takeaway, 1 negative counter. What is my solution? -3. 1, 2, 3 negative counters left. Well, what patterns do you notice? I notice that when you subtract a negative number, it is the same as adding a positive number. Okay. Now we're going to try, I'm going to just do like 2 of these on the number line, and then you guys are going to finish it up. So I'm going to start with number 7. I always start at 0, and I'm going to go +1. And then it says I'm going to subtract 4. So I'm going to go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. My solution is -3. I'm going to do number 9 next because that one looks a little confusing. I'm going to subtract 1, right? Now, what did our pattern just say when we notice that? When we subtract a negative number, it's the same thing as adding. I'm going to kind of say it now. A negative times a negative is always a positive. And you should know that from science class. But if you don't, you know now. So I'm going to, a negative times a negative is my positive. So I'm going to end up adding 1, 2, 3, 4. So my solution for this one is 3. Okay, you guys are going to do 8, 10, 11, 12. Summarize today's lesson in 2 to 3 sentences. Make it beautiful. Talk about patterns, talk about models, talk about number lines. You guys have a fabulous night. That is all I have for you. I will see you guys in class tomorrow.